Our guy Joey Foster brings up Dabo Swinney goes 8-4. Is he on the hot seat? That would be beyond ridiculous. Um, so if I can get one other topic out of you guys, because I would love to hear what you guys have to say about this. Dabo Swinney, this guy is a polarizing entity in college football. I don't get it myself. First of all, let's look at the football first. What he has done at Clemson, I cannot liken anything to it in the last 3+ decades in college football. That he took, let's understand, for people that just think Clemson arrived 10 years ago, they didn't. They won a national championship. They were winning 8, 9, 10 games at various times, had really good teams in the 80s and early 90s, late 70s, Danny Ford, etc. They've got a history, a top 15 history. So they didn't shoot out. This was not Kansas rising from the ashes to. So they've got a strong football program and history before 2011. But elite, and sustainable elite, that hasn't been done for decades, to take a non-elite and make them elite. So on the football field, what he's done can't be in any way compromised. You can say they play in the ACC, whatever. They've taken down Alabama, Ohio State consistently in postseason play. They've been remarkable. Okay, as a guy, regardless of what your beliefs or values are out there, this guy, I think he has proven to, and I'm not going to say that I know the man. I don't. If we hear bad news about Dabo Swinney a week from now, I'm not going to defend myself to say, because I'm not his best friend and I don't know him personally. But by all indications publicly, the man is authentic. He believes what he believes. He stands up for it. He loves his players. They stay with the program. I think this has been shown that they love him. They play hard for him. They vouch for him. I just think, how in the world can you not like this? Now he has said a few things that I thought was stupid, and I posed a video and say, Dabo, come on, that was dumb, or you're whining about that. But that's all harmless stuff. I don't know why this guy gets ridiculed as much as he does. I think he's phenomenal.
I tend to agree, and I have a hard time explaining it too, outside of the fact that he was a relative unknown, kind of the redneck kid, come from Alabama, made his name as a wide receivers coach, and kind of surprisingly took over for Tommy Bowden, not just in the interim role, but permanently, and kind of came out of nowhere. I have a hard time explaining why he garners so much hate. And he was already garnering that kind of hate before he said some of the things that got him in trouble. And a lot of the things he said have been taken out of context and twisted and misquoted. But to me, I think a lot of it is what you just touched on. He's very, he makes no bones about where he stands about on issues. He has he has no problem telling you where he stands on things. And sometimes that gets you in trouble. And I think that's part of why he gets a little bit of heat. But outside of that, I really don't know. I can't explain it. He seems like, I'm like you. I don't know him personally. I mean, obviously I've met him before. I've been around him a little bit, but I don't know him. But he seems very genuine, very likable, very nice guy. He makes it a point to know all of us by name. Not all head coaches do that, man. Last week we went up to Clemson, and every year, or the week before last, right before the ACC kickoff, every year they put together this event for the media. They call it the Media Olympics, where we go and do these games and stuff with the players and the coaching staff. We form teams and stuff. And Dabo lets you talk to every position coach. I don't know many college coaches doing those kinds of things for people outside of the program, especially the media. I just think he's like you said, he's very genuine. I think he's a pretty likable guy, and I can't explain some of the hate he gets.
Oh, God. Once again, this is one of those scenarios where I have one mouth and about 5,000 thoughts. Jealousy is one thing. if I'm a coach or I'm a fan of a team and I look at what he's done, I'm jealous. And I'm going to look for every reason to unseat his accomplishments. That's one. Yeah, he makes some comments. I'm sitting there like, oh God, would you please not say that? But if we're going to invalidate someone over just a few comments, you could dig in every one of our lives and you could invalidate every one of us. And so that's another thing. I have been annoyed with him not using the transfer portal. I would like to see him use it a little more. At the same time, this guy has done more for Clemson athletics than anybody. We love, Frank Howard, Danny Ford. They've never accomplished what this man accomplished. And he's done it seemingly, unless, like you said, something comes out next week that, it comes out that he beats his players with a fossilized goat, and we don't know about it. Which the truth is that the guy is loved by his team. A lot of the university likes him, and most of the people who doesn't like him around the university, they're people who's like upset that the football team makes so much money and why they shouldn't give it to other sports that nobody likes to go and watch, unless their kids play. So that's one of the other reasons. And then Jason said it very well when he said, he stands up for what he believes in. I find it so interesting that when people go to college, they go to college or university and they believe that they're going to, be exposed to all these different lines of thinking and mindsets. And you actually get there and you come to find out that no, you're supposed to think one way. And if you don't, we drag you through the mud and tell everybody you're something that you're not. But Swinney has managed to speak his mind, be respectful, treat everyone well. And though I may not always agree with some of his coaching hires or maybe how I would like for him to use the transfer portal, I can tell you this, the guy has done it his way. So far, nothing bad has come out about him. The 80s was great if you're looking at it. We couldn't stay out of trouble. We were always in trouble with the NCAA. He has been very selective who he brings in, and I'm glad he's our football coach. And I also think that, and this is the last one, I promise I'll shut up. You have my word. I think is that there's a lot of coaches out there who they run a shady program. They will buy players when they can. And they dislike that this guy pretty much runs like a clean program. And so one of the ideas that I've passed along is that it's kind of like running into people who's like, well, sometimes you have to cheat to get ahead in life. And it's like, no, you don't have to, because if everybody lives like hell, that means we all can live like hell, and we can all cheat, and we can all steal, and we can do all these crazy things. So when a guy like Swinney comes along, people start to feel bad that they have Dave Doran as their coach, or that they have a coach that comes out 4 years later that he was sleeping with the cheerleaders, and they hate the idea of someone running a clean program so much that they now want to sling mud at you because you're a little too clean. And so I'm proud that Swinney's run his program like he has, and we're fortunate. I want us to win a national championship. I think we should have had a national championship over the past couple of years, and there was some talent wasted. But it doesn't take away from what he's done and what we're capable of. But he's done it, and he's done it the right way.